I was arguing in the trial that it was an illegal trespass order. So they would have gone for it if I didn't make such good points that it wasn't even a legal trespass order. Negate, reprint, great in a control mirror. Gets used in standard a lot. Like for control mirrors, it may be used elsewhere. I guess I saw it here and there in modern. But anyway, bald character being denied something, such as me getting denied into law school. Ojutai is blue/white. Also, like Azorius is blue/white, which is associated with law in the magic universes. Counter target non-creature spell, but it's about someone not being a monk. They broke the flavor theme, flavor/theme in order to include that message. It's like, you cannot be an Ojutai monk. They prize wisdom and skill. You have neither. It's very like bizarre, like, and then look at this. It looks like a woman falling down, like, oh man, my non-creature spell didn't work, and the other one's like laughing. It's just like, why are you falling down? Like, ow, it didn't. It's like, it's so weird. And like, you cannot be an Ojutai monk. They prize wisdom and skill. You have neither. It's like, it's just weird. And it's like, wow, whoop-de-doo, you pulled off a fucking negate. Like, and maybe they were baiting you. They wanted you to negate that, so their bigger play didn't get negated. Like, I don't know. It's just like, but it's just like, I don't know. It's about not someone being a monk. It was about me getting denied into law school and like denied everything. Sarkin, unbroken. The card is joking as if I was unbroken. I was unbroken, but they want to meme and be assholes. The card was also mediocre to make me seem bad. Like, it's really not that bad of a magic card on its own. I mean, -2 to make a 4/4 dragon token with flying, but like Temur colors, I think kind of makes it weird at 5. Like, I don't know. It's just 5 is a lot, and like you could just get negated. And like, I don't know, you could just walk into a counter spell and like, I don't know. But it's really not like that bad, but it's like, it was mediocre in standard. Not worth a lot of money these days because it just was never like that great of a card. It is like looking at it, it is kind of good, but like I don't know. I mean, you draw a card and get 1 mana. That's good, but it's like 5 mana is, the -2 is good. Like, start making dragons, draw a card, dragon, draw a card. Like, it's not bad, but like 5 is a lot. Liliana of the Veil, 3 mana, you get an edict that can just sit on the board after that, and just, if you're paired up against a control deck or a combo deck, like, you're running your hand out and they're just losing cards that they want to keep to stop you. And like, it can also, Liliana of the Veil can also win the game. Speaking of Liliana of the Veil, Demonic Pact. Okay, I got to kind of move fast through these. I shouldn't spend so much time. Okay, during the years of the propagandizing by by WOTC, they made Liliana, which I wanted Jazette to be, because I'm Jace the Mind Sculptor. I was banned in 2010, just like I was, the case was in 2010 where I was framed, just like Jace was banned in Jace was made in 2010. Was he banned in 2010? I don't know. That was when I was just playing online, not really competitive or serious. But I think he was made in 2010, I believe, in World Wake. And then it was like, I think he was banned that same year. But I'm going off the top of my head here. If that's not correct, don't be mad. I'm just going off the top of my head. And I'm saying a lot of things. I'm going over a lot of things. But I think it was, I believe it was 2010 and banned in 2010. But I know for sure Jace was in World Wake. I used to have 4 of them when I was moving into Legacy. I bought 4. And I had 1 before that just for EDH. But when I came back to Paper Magic in like 2011, I was like, oh, cool, I'm Jace. And, I liked Liliana just for who she was, because she was just the hottest one and the coolest one. And then Jazette later, I was like, oh, I want Jazette to be this. I want Jazette's like Liliana, I'm like Jace. But anyway, they made Liliana, which I wanted to be Jazette, seem so much more sexual than before. Granted, some older Liliana cards were sexy. I'm thinking here like Liliana the Veil, Snuff Out. But it got increasingly common to have her look hot, and often not far off from how Jazette looks. I used to post on Facebook a lot about Liliana, and I'm obviously 2010 Jace because he was banned in 2010. Again, I'm pretty sure. And I was framed in 2010, that I know. They also made Liliana more common on black cards. Why isn't Demonic Pact showing some other person? Like, I don't know. They started making Liliana appear on like everything. And I think it was like, look how fucking hot she is, dude. Like, she was kind of hot, but it's like increasingly common that they were making her beautiful. And like, they just started putting her more and more on cards during this whole propaganda era. Liliana, Heretical Healer. Liliana, Heretical Healer, a flip card from Origins. The front side looks like Jazette being willing to help a frame victim and be nice. The back side looks like her turning against that person, becoming defiant. So she starts off as a healer, turns into the Defiant Necromancer. Dark Petition. Here's a banger. Petition for Review is reminiscent in this. Artwork looks like someone controlling Jazette. Looks like Liliana right here. Artwork looks like somebody's controlling Jazette, having her in that hook hand. This was propaganda about Jazette being harassed by the government until she turned against me. Now, I've seen a lot of harassment. I've talked about this before, like, not just magic cards. I've seen billboards. I've gotten phone calls, seen mail, had a car accident blamed on me, forced to pay IRS taxes I didn't know. And what I believe happened is that Jazette was harassed by the government once they saw her as a possibility, like, oh, we don't want anyone helping turning anything around for David Brown. And I believe they basically harassed her into submission until she turned against me, and she like covers it all up. She never even talks about what happened to make her so hate me so much. And you want to know why? It's because she must have been harassed by the government too. So, and petition, like the petition for review, dude, come on, Dark Petition. And look, Jazette in evil hands, come on, dude, Dark Petition. Like, it doesn't even make a lot of sense. Like, as this is one thing they do, it's like when they're really, you know, trying to include all this like propaganda shit, they end up kind of breaking the themes of how these cards would go anyway. And it just seems really suspect, doesn't it? Like, Dark Petition. Like, I mean, as a magic card, it's not a bad card. You can sometimes get shit back, but this is a trend. They'll make like bad versions of good cards before, like tutors, but then they try and add something later to kind of justify the higher CMC, like the bad version. Sometimes it you know, a bad version of a card is still great, but sometimes it doesn't work. That one's like an okay card, I guess. Obviously, like a really good example is like Time Warp to Time Walk, or Lightning Spear to Lightning Bolt. You know, they tend to make like, but, and like I said, I mean, you know, Time Warp's a good card, and Lightning Spear is a good card, you know, but, you know, they're just kind of like bad versions of good cards before. And like the crappiest example is probably like, was it Ancestral Recall, 1 instant, draw 3, and then there's like I don't know, I mean, it's worse, but I mean, it's not, yeah, I guess it's a bad version. Brainstorm, it is worse, but it's still so fucking good. They get to the point eventually they're at like Divination. Just draw 2 for 3 at source 3, that's the best you get, and nobody really plays Divination. In Limited, it's not that bad. Anyway, Jessian Thief. Looks like Jazette dressed in blue like Jace. I used to post about Jace on social media a lot. Birds for Cuckold rumors, which were not true, are not true, and it's supposed to be like reminiscent of doxing. Now, she didn't dox anything for like cuckold shit. There's really nothing. There's shit that probably like just looks funny, but like I've joked around about being gay before just because I'm from that jackass generation, and I'm from Seattle, which is statistically the gayest city in the nation, having more same-sex households per capita than even San Francisco. You could look that up. It's an area where I just joked about being gay, but I've never done anything gay or bi in my entire life. And like, I'm not a bigot, but I am kind of proud of that, just because I know these guys who will do shit. Like, I've met guys over the years who do shit, in my opinion, is because they like are having financial problems. It's not because like they were born that way. I think they like turn that way. And I'm very proud that like I've never turned any kind of way. I've just always been straight. And like, A lot of guys, I think, start doing it because it's like the available option. I've even heard people say things like, "Oh, well, what's the fucking option? You know, it just porn or something." It's like, oh, I got. First of all, like I'm not always watching porn. I sleep with women, but like I would rather watch porn than do what you do, dog. But I'm not a bigot. It's just I'd just rather watch porn than do that. But she was doxing like everything, not cuckold shit. It's not what you think. Like she was just doxing my whole account, and they all dox me. They still dox me. Like they dox my account to everybody because it's just they're assholes. But there's nothing in there like bad. She made up the cuckold rumor part, but there was nothing in there that proved what she was saying about that. There was just like my whereabouts in my private life, like, but nothing about that. So anyway, probably not a bad card for limited. Not that great though. 1-3 for 3. Psychic rebuttal. Jace, which is me. It's about countering something targeting you. The flavor text also mentions something not going to work, like what I said in that MIS 580 comment. Watch my video about that comment, the shorter version, especially where the innuendo is explained. It's not going to work. You know, and it's like, Jace, like, come on. That's what that was about. It was propaganda about that comment. Countering target spell that targets you usually isn't that great. Calculated dismissal. Jace, which is me. The dismissal is, of course, the dismissal of the case. Like Mana Leak for 1 extra with Spell Mastery. I don't know. Mana Leak's better. Okay, now here's a very interesting one. Mage Ring Bully. The name has bully in it. I'm a harassment victim. Flavor text mentions Jace saying to enjoy the view with Jace. Viewing has what to do with the card? It's about the harassment on the... Or wait. Yeah, it's about the harassment on the card. That's like, don't be rude, Belrin, which is Jace's last name. We just want to enjoy the view with you. Like, what does that have to do? Like, majoring bully. Don't be rude. Hey, I'm a majoring bully. Don't be rude, Jace. We just want to enjoy the view with you. Don't be rude, Jace. What does that have to do with majoring bully? It's like, see, they break the like flavor theme of the cards in order to kind of include some innuendo shit. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. Unholy Hunger. Liliana's on the card. Flavor text is about the government and the game harassing her. Liliana viewed the attention of the angels as a testament to her power. Even so, they were an annoyance. Like, you know, Jazette probably thought, oh, they're harassing me because they think I could turn things around for David Brown. That's, you know, what was going on. The hunger mention could also be referring to the cuckold rumors, which are not true. Notice that the card name has nothing to do with what it does. Yeah, it has nothing to do with what it does. They often broke the theme in order to include innuendos. Dude, it's like she just told people that gay shit. Like, she just told people that gay shit just because it sounded funny. And she was just guessing at it, I think, because she's, you know, Jazette's so attractive and I'm just kind of a normal guy. But hey, man, it's like I was just doing what I always do. I always do this. I always, like, you know, I just hit on hot chicks, but not in like a fucked up way or anything, in a polite way. I just go for women that I think are attractive, but they don't have to be like super duper attractive, but I'll try for super duper attractive, but like, they don't have to be super duper attractive. Okay, now this one is like a fucking banger. I have to take a whiz real quick. I'll come right back. I'll talk about this. Okay, we are back here. And okay, so Serum Visions, this one is a fucking obvious one. Okay. This was an F&M promo reprint of an older card. I used 4 Serum Visions in that tournament. I got second place in the TCG Player Modern State Championships during August 2014. And basically, it's like the deck was like a Jeskai aggro deck. And like, this one looks like fucking jizz flying at some dude's face. And it was card, or a woman, whatever it is. But it was card number 8 of 12. They put them for one for each month, one promo card for each month. So this was August of the year. And it was the promo for August, which is my birth month. They made sure it would be the 8th month because of the F&M promos are one for each month. The character in the artwork is the same character as in 2011's Nurok Commando. The flavor text in Nurok Commando is about taking answers rather than studying. The propaganda is clearly about the cuckold rumors and the cheating accusation in an email in the student conduct file. I never cheated at WCU or in any part of school. I've never cheated at anything, which is why no evidence of me cheating at anything has ever existed. And here's the other card. School cheating is so easy to prove even without evidence, such as surprising. Did I not spell it right? Why does it say surprising? Oh, it's supposed to be whatever. Such as surprising the two students with newly created material to test which student actually knows the material. If both previously had similarly correct answers, you could prove that the other cheated. You would also need to prove that they didn't work together. That would be so easy to do, though. I didn't cheat, so they could never do any of that. WCU never even charged me with cheating. I have never even been accused or suspected of cheating in any part of school. In all the schooling leading up to WCU, it wasn't until the frame that the false accusation came out in an email instead of the proper reporting procedures. Here's Nurok Commando. I've never cheated at anything, and that's why no evidence of me cheating at anything has ever existed. I'm almost 33 years old, and never once has anyone even accused me of cheating. There's no evidence of me cheating at anything, and like, it's just hilarious that they try and propagandize to make people think it, but they don't have any fucking evidence, and they never did at the time, and no one even could prosecute the case properly on that or anything else. But let's read this. There's no more time for secluded study. Answers are there only for those with the courage to take them. And then they print that. Like, come on, dude. Come on. The face. Okay. Painful truths. Cuckold rumors based on docs materials, but there was never is never any actual proof of it. They got no picture, they got no video, they got no text or anything else that proves it. It was just a rumor that Jawsette made up because she was so hot and I was hitting on her. I do like some boss bitchiness in my ladies, but that's normal. Card number is 118. There's an 8 again. Painful truths. It's like, it's just funny, like, which is a good card, dude. In a 3-color deck, it's like draw 3 for 3. But it's just funny. They try and like propagandize shit, like cheating in school or this fucking cuckold. They just try and propagandize it into truth instead of ever having anything that actually proves it. Like, especially the cheating accusation. That's one that's really funny to me because it's like, if that had happened, why wouldn't they have just gone after me for that instead of wasting all this time framing me and taking all these risks framing me? Why wouldn't they just have gone after me for something that happened? The only reasonable explanation, the only explanation at all, is that I just didn't do it. And it's just this bullshit rumor that they pass around to try and distract people from what they did when they got no fucking evidence of what they're saying. And it doesn't even make logical sense why they would have, framed me instead of going after me for something that did happen. It's just obvious that it just didn't happen. Now, brutal expulsion. The propaganda here was about expulsion because I was like basically expelled, but I was suspended, then trespassed, then had my enrollment terminated, but I was basically expelled. Expelling a student, exiling it, and sending it to the parents' house was really the propaganda here. Here we have a banger, an absolute banger. This is a banger. Okay, this is one that, like, this is undeniable. You could never say that this is, like, I think there's other ones that made it undeniable, but, like, this is one where it's just a banger. It's just undeniable. You could never say they're not including harassment and propaganda. Okay. Daxos the Returned. Handgun, as mentioned in WCU trial. Look. And Eyes Wide Shut mask. Look. And it looks like I was outed as a fake-ass rumor as cuckold. Again, there was/is no proof, and it's not true. It's just a funny-sounding rumor. Now, you're probably thinking, well, it's frowning, like, but a lot of masks frown. Not a lot. I mean, more masks don't frown than those that do. But for example, I believe it's like Japanese masks often had a frown on them. But no, dude, that's not. They were obviously, look at how he's standing. This is like gay. And the mask is like frowning. It's an Eyes Wide Shut mask. and it's like supposed to be saying like, oh, outed as, again, fake ass rumor as cuckold, but not true. It's not true. I'm not. And my dick's fucking huge, and I'm 6'1", dude. Come on. And like the handgun, like Evan Harry said that there was like a handgun, that he said that I had done like a handgun in class, which I didn't. And I was even telling him, I was like, well, look at the fucking camera. I didn't do that. And it was a rumor that wasn't true. Like, as if it's like a threat, like, dude, stop harassing or I'll turn this fucking whole ride upside down. I'm fucking big blood. Like, I didn't do that handgun shit, though. I honestly didn't. And one of the things that's so obvious about this propaganda, though, is like, why the fuck would you be standing against the tree like, oh, let me put my hand against the fucking tree like that? Why the fuck? Like, why would you be, oh, I need a little bit of rest. I'll put my hand like this and put it against a fucking tree. Like, why the fuck would anyone be like that? That is so obviously was drawn in here as propaganda. This is propaganda, irrefutably, dude. You cannot deny me this one. Like, it's going on. Like, why the fuck would you be like putting your hand like that? Like, oh, I need to lean against a tree. Better put my hand like this. Like, come on, dude. It's like, that's what they said at WCU. We have eyes wide shut mask. We have frown, like, oh no. And he looks gay. Come on, dude. Come on. Dude, you know what the fuck's going on. Okay. Karlov of the Ghost Council. Trying to think if that's a good card, even. I don't know. Whenever you gain, and it doesn't do enough. Like, I don't know. It should have like lifelink, vigilance, first strike, and maybe like first strike, death touch, lifelink. Why not? That'd be tight. But this is like not enough. But anyway, Tessa is mentioned here. Jazet then posted a picture posing as Tessa, envoy of ghosts. Aliana Smith and Jazet Joy Anderson, those are two girls that I had a crush on in that same era, knew that the harassment and propaganda from WOTC was going on, which is why they posted subliminals to let people know they knew about it. They knew about a game harassing, they knew about a game company harassing a player and propagandizing the community around him, and they never spoke out once about it. Flavor text seems to be about the sugar baby post. I made this post accusing some chick about being like a prostitute having sex with like married dudes on like Ashley Madison and shit. And like, obviously prostitute is not a big deal. That doesn't really matter. But doing it to like with it fucking up marriages is obviously fucked up. But then it's like, does Tessa think me blind to her scheming? Ambition runs in our family. It's like, and then right after this, Jazet posted a picture posing as Tessa, like this. She was posing just like that. So yeah, she knew that this was going on, and she made herself look like Tessa. Not like after. Seal of the Guild Pact. I had two separate Sarkin pictures on my Facebook public cover. The light in the art is targeting the dragon, and the flavor text is from Jace. Like, it just so happens, like, here's the seal of the Guild Pact, this whole thing, and it's targeting the dragon. I'd rather see the guilds contend together, blah, 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 with words in the halls of power than in the streets with swords. And there's Jay's dragon. Come on, you know what's going on. Seagate wreckage. People often call a scandal blank gate, like Watergate, Gamergate. So Seagate was an insult about the bad grades on purpose. And look at the flavor text on Seagate wreckage. Once a center for knowledge, Seagate now serves as a reminder of what was lost. Yeah, like, because you're printing propaganda about what I lost. Here's another banger. Corrupted Crossroads. A Wizards of the Coast store was in Crossroads Mall. I was born in Bellevue, Washington. In Crossroads Mall in Bellevue, there used to be a Wizards of the Coast store. For those who don't know, there used to actually be Wizards of the Coast stores. That was the name of the store. And I heard there was one in the U District in Seattle, but I know there was one at the Crossroads Mall. I used to go there all the time when I was a kid. And the flavor text is saying that waste is the future of the LSAT law school endeavor. The Eiley, however you would pronounce that, Eiley name looks suspect because of Ali Smith. Look and see the future. And it's also like, this was a really funny one because it's like, why would they even print this card? Corrupted crossroads. Like in Oath of the Gatewatch, there's crossroads, but they've been corrupted and everything's like, what are they, like all breaking? Kind of like breaking, like, but it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, oh, there's a corrupted crossroads. And it's just like, because of it, a corrupted crossroads, you can pay one life to get a mana of any color or get your waste mana. Like, I don't understand. What does this have to do with anything? And if they write this in the story, then like, it doesn't mean that they like weren't doing both, like putting it in the story just so they could do this. Like, but I'm just saying, what does it have to do with anything? Like, corrupted crossroads? Like, what they're talking about is corrupt Wizards of the Coast. Because I used to go to Crossroads Mall, and I even posted that in a review where I was reviewing Mock's boarding house. So it was a public post because the government just monitors me. It was a public post. I was reviewing Mock's boarding house, saying it was like the best store since the Wizards of the Coast store and Crossroads Mall. So it's like corrupted crossroads. Come on, dude. The waste. Okay, the waste cards were printed as propaganda because there was a frame in Dawn of Planet of the Apes. The symbol of Caesar is from the window he was always looking out of while he was hid in the house during Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The Caesar symbol looking just like this. The Caesar symbol looking just like the window and the waste symbol in Magic the Gathering was drawn on the bus during the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The propaganda was to show that magic had been a waste of time, and studying for law school would also be a waste of time, because I would be illegally discriminated from achieving in both categories. What was spelled wrong there? Whatever, who cares? What, tell me? Categories. The propaganda was also to make light. Someone walking behind me. The propaganda was also to make light of the frame, which was a big deal. It is a big deal. Like, I feel like because of the neo-Nazi psychology of David Sprott, like he'll often try and like play it down like it doesn't matter. But a frame in graduate school is a big deal. But there's also all the political shit that's happened to me since. And here's a full art version of the waste cards. It was kind of it was a very big deal. It was a basic land, a new type of basic land. So there was 5 basic lands before, and then there's a new one. It was a big deal. You know, because Magic's been around for a long time, but I don't believe they ever made another basic land. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe they ever made another basic land until here. There was island, swamp, mountain, plains, island, swamp, mountain, plains, what's forest? And it's like, so then they made waste, which gives you like colorless mana. It was a very big deal. And then there's Caesar in the window here showing you see? Symbol. Here's the window again. And then here's the symbol of Caesar. See, he's drawing it on the bus as that's the symbol of Caesar because of the window. And then guess what? Waste. Because there was a frame in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And then Caesar comes back and you got to watch it. But like, it's, you know, it was obviously to, you know, propagandize about the frame itself and like poke at me over the fact that I was framed. Now, Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. Someone walk by again. Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. WOTC and WSU knew I was about to show the evidence and student conduct file. They were making me seem like the Unraveler of Secrets. Also, a terrible fucking card. Like, I didn't want to go into why that's so bad, but like 5 mana bounce for 2, like Mind Sculptor bounced, but he did it for 1, but he also did a lot of other cool shit. I mean, scry 1 and draw a card, it's like, it's okay, but it's like, I don't know, that's good, but you need more going on. Like, bounce for -2 and like, I don't know. Like, it's just not that good. Startled awake. Looks like a tap on the shoulder of a brunette girl, like what happened to Ashley Alice Fagerly, although it was actually on the other side. It was on the other shoulder. But the card number is 88, and it's like he's tapping her on the top of the shoulder, 88 on the numbers, and then it's like the back is kind of peculiar, but it's just like it seems so real. As if it's like happened but it didn't or something. I don't know what they're really saying there, but showing, tap on shoulder brunette girl seems suspect. So it's like, just as an aside, let me just say it's kind of weird that she's walking in such a sexy way. Like, oh, I just had a crazy nightmare, better walk like a fucking slut. Like, I don't know, something about that's so funny. I was noticing that before I made this. Welcome to the fold. Looks like Josette having a robe or something put on her, welcoming her to the dark side or something. The card is about gaining control. Seems suspect. Welcome to the fold, Josette. Asylum visitor. Somewhat looks like Liliana or Josette right here. They were signaling to the magic community that I had been to Western State Mental Hospital. Ravings of the matter laced with eldritch knowledge. The ravings of the matter laced with eldritch knowledge. But it's just like that whole like thing was fucking fake, dude. They forced me to talk to those people. I didn't say anything weird, and I was not afraid of the case at all. I was not afraid of going to trial because it was like, dude, fuck you. Like, I have the greatest affirmative defense of all time. I can't get in trouble for this. And like I knew they didn't even want to go to trial because of how much I was going to expose. So it's like, I never would have said like, oh, saying crazy things to get out of getting in trouble. No, I never would have done that, dude. I think they did it thinking, oh, people will think that that's what happened. And like, no, that's not what happened. They forced me to talk to those people, and they gave me false diagnosis, and like, they forced me to go to the hospital when I didn't need to go. I shouldn't have gone. They forced everything that happened there, and they just gave me a false diagnosis. The whole thing was a political cover-up thing. And also, do I seem crazy? I mean, I'm composing myself extremely well. Like, I obviously don't see things that aren't there. I don't hear things that aren't there. I'm clearly a sane individual. It's just that I'm noticing what the government's doing, so they want me to look bad. So, people don't believe in me or something. But anyway, Liliana's indignation. Liliana attacking Jace. This was to be reminiscent of me hitting on Josette, the accusations of someone being a sugar baby prostitute, and then her being mad. Days ago, you came to my door asking for help, Jace. Yet now, here you are with accusations. Boom. Let's see. Is it uncommon? Put the top X cards of your library into your graveyard. Target player loses 2 life for each creature card put in your graveyard this way. What a stupid card. I mean, it's not like that bad, but it's pretty bad. Just needs to do more. Then what? You like, boom, do that, and then they don't even die. Then their creatures just swing and kill you. Like, I don't know. Aberrant researcher. I had Delver of Secrets on my public Facebook cover page before this card was printed. WOTC was making a joke about how the government made my lawsuits public and made me look bad in the process. Like, and all that shit that you can Google about the pro se lawsuits, they clearly made that like ultra doxing. Like, they wanted people to find shit that looked bad, and like, they weren't showing all the documents. They were only showing things that kind of made it look different than it was, like made me look bad or something. They weren't showing everything. It was really bullshit, and they purposely wanted me to look bad because they knew I'd be going around with evidence and telling the story, so they wanted me to look as bad as possible. So like, and I had Delver of Secrets on my Facebook cover page, and I used 4 of those in that TCG Player Modern State Championship. It was a Jeskai aggro deck. It was like 4 Delver, 4 Steplinks, 4 Snapcaster, 4 Geist, 1 Vendilion Click. It was like, I just off the top of my head, 2 Boros Charms, 4 Path, 4 Bolt, 4 Helix, 4 Remand, 4 Serum Visions, and like I said, I had 2 Boros Charms, Vendilion Click, and then 16 creatures. I should have been fucking counting as I was saying that, but it should be, 4 Path, 4 Bolt, 4 Helix, 4 Remand, 4 Serum Visions. That's 20. 2 Boros Charms, 22, Vendilion Click 23, Delver Step Links 31, and then Geist and Snapcaster 39, and then there was 21 lands. And I believe that was the deck. I don't remember the fucking lands, but I believe that was the deck. It was 39, 21. And yeah, it was 21 lands because of step links. Yeah. And then it was like, yeah, I believe I got the count there right. But yeah, it was kind of straightforward. It was a linear deck, but it fucking banged on fools. Like when I was in the finals, like it was like I had this one time where I was on the play. I was going against Pod. It was like turn one Delver. He like plays a land go, and then I just peek and reveal a Boral's Charm. Delver flips right there, and I'm just like burning him and smashing on him, and it was just fucking. It was like a deck that's like surprisingly hard to deal with. Like I don't know, Step Links just so easily becomes a what was it like a 4/5 for one, but you can get up to 4 because you get the +2/+2 from landfall. It's like it surprisingly was pretty good. And Geist is such a fucking good card. Like just overall, like it's such a good card. But anyway, yeah, they were making Delver, and then like turns into a freak. I mean, the Delver Secrets kind of did too, but they were kind of doing this meme because of that again, because of me. You know, here's a banger. Here's an absolute banger. Incorrigible Youths. This is extremely reminiscent of the Kill Me Kate scene in Dusk Till Dawn. Like, I've seen that movie many times, and this is like, it's so reminiscent of, remember the Asian boy who was like Harvey Keitel's son, and then like he's getting eaten by vampires, and he's like, kill me, Kate, and that's what they were propagandizing on here. That's what they were harassing on here. That's what this was. And this is a banger. And if you look at my Facebook page, I'll show a video of it too. Like Allie Smith had even said this comment, like, who ate you? Like as a joke about this card, because she knew this was going on. Fake Snitching Gang knew that this was going on. They knew a game company was harassing a citizen. They didn't do anything. They didn't speak out about it, anything like that. They knew this was going on. And she was pretending to be typing the wrong things to be able to say, who ate you? Like as like a fuck you towards me. And it's like, then she, as always, they just ran from a public debate because they don't want to have a discussion over how guilty they are. But anyway, Macabre Waltz. Jazette loved dancing. And my comment in MIS 580 was about me being killed. So we have Jazette dancing with a dead dude. Liliana is never one to follow someone else's lead. Yeah, she wasn't going to go to Magic tournaments. She wanted me to go to the fucking club with her. I don't think so. Got Magic tournaments to win. Invocation of Saint Traft. Geist of Saint Traft was a card that I played in many tournaments with, including the tourney where I got second in a state championship. Shows a guy touching a woman's shoulder. Geist of Saint Traft used to be a Facebook cover of mine too. They were trying to make people believe the shoulder touch was different than it was. I took down that Facebook cover because it's like when the cuckold rumors are going around, it's like it shows a guy like it almost looks like he's like the guy kneeling with the sword, and there's like a woman ghost behind him, and it just looked weird with the rumors going around. It's like the rumors aren't true, but it's like when rumors are going around about you, you have to like you have to like think about it, make sure you don't do anything that would make people think the rumors are true. So I don't think it's like it was true because I was doing that. It's like it's not true. I had to do that to make people not think about it. But anyway, yeah, I used Saint Traft and Geist of Saint Traft in the state championship. That's a great card. Other than Snapcaster, that might be like the best card. I mean, technically, I don't know, Lightning Bolt might be the best card in the deck, technically. Or Path. I mean, Lightning Bolt, Path are they better Magic? I don't know. Is Snapcaster a better Magic card than Lightning Bolt? Initially, you want to say yeah, but in a way, is Lightning Bolt like more important? Like, what if Lightning Bolt didn't exist? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Lightning Bolt is technically a better Magic card than Snapcaster. But anyway, like it shows, red-haired woman like Madeline McKenna, but like they were memeing on, like they were, playing around with the memes, but like the shoulder touch. Like why would it be like, I don't know, like I'm touching her shoulder? Come on. Like they were trying to like make people think the shoulder touch was different than it was. But I wanted to show the video if they want to they don't want to show the video because it didn't happen the way Ashley Fairley said it happened. She was lying to frame me, and that's why she refuses a public debate, and that's why WC never showed the video. The shadows over Innistrad's set involved a lot of cards about Jace going through clues and journals to understand what happened. That was propaganda about me going through the evidence documents and student conduct file to understand exactly how the conspiracy was done. The Making a Disruptor documentary came out in December 2006, and Shadows over Innistrad came out in April of 2016, but WSU and the government had to know I would exonerate myself to get into law school. I had already registered on the lawschooladmissioncouncil.org website and had been adding schools to my list, so the government would have known what I was up to. I'm sure they knew I would do it eventually anyway, since everyone in the magic community had found out that I was the WSU David Brown. Oh yeah, and the Eternal Masters symbol is an empty 8 because I asked for $8 million in my federal lawsuit and obviously got none. Anyway, we'll go on Vampire Tutor in a moment. Have to take a whiz real quick, and I'll come right back.